For decades, movies, TV shows, and video games have created their own versions of Dracula. Some turned him into a mindless monster, others made him a romantic villain, but almost none of them follow what's actually written in Bram Stoker's original novel. And that raises an important question. Which Castlevania game presents the most faithful Dracula to the source material? To answer this, we need to forget everything Hollywood taught us and go straight back to the book. In Bram Stoker's novel, Dracula does not die from sunlight. That's a myth created years later by movies. During the day, he loses his powers and becomes weaker, but he stays alive. To kill a vampire permanently, the book makes it clear that two fundamental steps are required: decapitation and piercing the heart. And here's an important detail: it doesn't have to be a wooden stake. In the book, knives, silver, and even blessed bullets work. Most games get this wrong by allowing Dracula to be defeated with simple body attacks or sun exposure alone. But we'll come back to which game got this right. Bram Stoker describes Dracula as an old man dressed in black with white hair, a pointed mustache and beard, slightly pointed ears, a curved nose, and blue eyes that turn red when he's enraged. Over time, as his powers increase, he gradually becomes younger and his appearance changes. Within the Castlevania franchise, very few games respect this classic description, but Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness come the closest to this original look. While most games show him as a young, muscular figure right from the start, these N64 titles actually follow Stoker's vision. In the book, Dracula doesn't just randomly cast magical attacks. His abilities follow very specific rules. He can control the weather, create storms, manipulate wind, and use lightning. He also controls fire as a consequence of this climate manipulation. Beyond that, he can climb walls like a lizard and transform into mist, a bat, or a wolf. He also commands animals like rats and wolves. Most Castlevania games ignore several of these abilities. They focus on fireballs and generic dark magic instead. But in the Nintendo 64 games, these characteristics appear much more completely and faithfully to the book. You see him using weather manipulation, transformations, and even his wall climbing ability. Dracula is inspired by a real historical figure, Vlad III, also known as Vlad Tepes, the Impaler. His father was part of the Order of the Dragon, a group of knights. That's why Dracul means dragon and Dracula means son of the dragon. In most games, this detail is completely ignored, but in Castlevania 64, Dracula assumes a dragon form and uses his real name, Vlad Tepes. It's one of the few moments in the entire franchise where the complete historical origin of the character is respected, not just mentioned in passing, but actually incorporated into the gameplay and story. Despite being criticized by many fans for their controls and graphics, Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness are the most faithful games to Bram Stoker's novel. They best represent Dracula's appearance, his powers, his weaknesses, and his historical origins. While most titles preferred to create exaggerated versions of the character with over-the-top anime aesthetics and generic dark powers, the Nintendo 64 games chose authenticity. They respected the source material in ways that even beloved entries like Symphony of the Night never did. So next time someone asks which game has the best Dracula, the answer isn't the most popular one. It's the one that stayed true to the man who created him over a century ago. And that's why Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness present the most accurate Dracula in the entire franchise. If you found this deep dive interesting, hit that subscribe button for more dark gaming secrets and hidden lore. Drop a comment telling me which classic character deserves this treatment next. Thanks for watching.